I want you to think about something. How much of your current lifestyle is directly tied to the success of your company? I don't mean diversification in the sense of your investments. How would you be impacted if your company didn't hit its revenue numbers? Or if the CEO made a bad decision? Or if there were mass layoffs? Or if a drug in the pipeline never came to fruition and they had to make cuts across the board? How prepared are you to be forced into a situation where your lifestyle is not being supported by the company where you work? If you're in pharma and everything looks like it's working great, you have the title, you have the income, you have the equity, you have the respect, things can change very quickly to no fault of their own. I have a client right now. She's almost 60. And unfortunately, she was laid off. High level executive, and she's in the workplace again looking for a job. So she's preparing for interviews and getting herself ready and networking and doing all the things that you need to do to get yourself back in the workforce. But one, age discrimination is real. And two, she's tired. She's over the whole process. So now we're having conversations around, hey, how about I just retire? How about this is the time when I start to live on these assets? Are you prepared for that? Acquisitions happen, pipelines stall, leadership changes to no fault of your own. And here's the reality of the situation. A strong career does not equal a sound financial structure. You need to be prepared for your retirement date and also all of these various contingencies that may occur along the way. You may plan to work another 10 to 15 years, but that's a big assumption. How confident that opportunity will be available for you for as long as you plan? Because in reality, most of these outcomes are tied to one company and their outcomes are not fully within your control. And that's not a problem until it is, because this is not about probability. It's about impact. Here's a key question. If something were to change tomorrow, would your financial situation be able to absorb that calm? Or would it force you into decisions that you may not want to make? And there's a part that many people don't talk about, but operating at such a high level comes with a lot of expectations, and burnout is real. It's no longer about whether you can keep going. It's about whether you want to, and do you have options? Proper planning preserves optionality along the way. And if you feel like you do not have options, then by definition, you have not achieved financial success, despite your income, despite the bonuses, despite your status. This is something that needs to be thought through and planned out strategically. The goal is not just to earn well. You've already done that. The goal is to translate that into full control over your financial future and having options that are within your control. Because real financial strength means being able to say no to stress and making decisions from a place of clarity, not pressure. If you're a high performing professional and you haven't recently looked at your income concentration, your liquidity, and your ability to handle unexpected situations, and your dependency on making a certain amount of money for a certain number of years, it may be time for a structured, thought out conversation. And this is not about performance or diversification. It's about architecture. If that's where you are, reach out to me. This is Antoine Harris with Platinum Bridge Wealth Strategies. I'll talk to you soon.